What to set right? News of your life. In fact and fiction seem much closer. You let me in, he said. You share the truth inside your head, and that is why I whisper this lullaby. You close your eyes against the light. The epic dream is over. What to set right? News of your life. In fact and fiction are much closer. I let you in, he said, and I have bound us with this thread, and that is why we kiss when we say goodbye. You close your eyes against the light. The epic dream is over.
Welcome back! I'm Ellen Cherry. I'm here with Michael Beresh, who
Hello.
I'm pronouncing it correctly, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
It took me a while because I was calling him Michael Beresh for a while, which is very much, I don't know what your name would be, but somebody corrected me and I'm so pleased. So Michael is the founding member of the Country Devils?
Yes.
Yes. So he plays solo, but today he's brought his band, the Country Devils, and there's a lot of them. You're going to be amazed how many people we can fit into this little room we have here. But I wanted to talk with Michael a little bit about his work. So on his website, you can go to michaelberesh.com, which is MichaelBeresh. Oh, it's out there? You're showing it? Sean is showing it. Thank you, Sean. You can go to his website and you can read about him. He's been putting albums out since 1994, actually, it looks like.
Yes.
At least as a drummer, the first couple, and then...
Yep. The first acoustic record came out in '95.
Okay. So when did you start as a songwriter? Because you said that you were playing as a jazz drummer
Yes.
to start with?
I spent 8 years in a jazz group, sort of a jam band, sort of avant-garde, and couldn't really make up its mind. But the entire time I was putting out solo albums and just, you know, I've always played folk music since '95, I guess. I traded an old drum set for a Harmony acoustic.
Oh, cool.
And it was one of those things where couldn't find anybody else to play music with me, so I figured I would just do it by myself.
You learned to be your own accompanist.
Do it by myself, and just figured I had 10 songs, put out a record, played some shows, just sort of, you know.
Now, your family is from Baltimore.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So
Highlandtown.
Highlandtown,
Highlandtown,
exactly. And that's
yes.
going to lead me to one of the big projects that attracted my attention to Michael and his work was this Letters from Baltimore project, which you can get volumes 1 and 2. The only place I found them was on iTunes. Is that where you guys have a Bandcamp page for it?
iTunes, Amazon.com,
Okay.
anywhere. Yeah.
So you can search for Letters to Baltimore, and what these letters were based on were your great uncles Walter and Henry were serving for the Allied forces in Belgium, and they were writing letters home to Baltimore to their family in Highlandtown. And Michael, being a storyteller and troubadour, took the lyrics, put them to music, and in 2009 you released the first volume, right? Or 2010?
2010.
So you started the project in 2009. What did you just find the letters in a box, or did a relative introduce you to the letters?
It was my uncle Marty actually started emailing the different letters to family members, and through my dad, who's just passed in September.
I'm so sorry.
Through my father, it was one of those things where, you know, Highlandtown Sundays football, huge meal type deal, you know, where blue collar people, and just started passing these letters around, and I started reading these letters, and just the stories were just so good that it had to be a song. And I took basically this humongous box of letters and wrote, I guess, about 30 songs in about 2 weeks. You know how it goes.
Wow. You get inspired.
You get very inspired and prolific, and then you sort of whittle things down. And we whittled them down to 11 tunes, and then that one became the first volume. And, you know, it was just, the letters were titled like, you know, Somewhere in Belgium, because the soldiers at that time couldn't, like, they
Reveal
couldn't tell where they
location.
were.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're talking about guys who are, you know, writing letters from a foxhole. And Henry, my Uncle Henry, actually was, we're a blue-collar family, so it's one of those things, Baltimore, Highlandtown, if you think about Baltimore, Highlandtown, 1943, poetry was almost like a dirty word. So you call yourself a lyricist.
Yeah.
So he would write these lyrics or poetry, and there's actually 2 songs on the record that we took that were actual poems that he wrote, and we actually turned those into, or I turned those into actual songs.
Without having to do very much editing or changing or
I
grading.
didn't change a word.
Wow.
I would have to say 80% of it, I didn't change a word.
Well, now, Walter and Henry didn't come home from the war.
No, neither one.
So this is a way for them to live on for your
Absolutely.
family, as well as their stories. The reason that the subject matter is so appealing to me is that I'm fascinated by war, and I studied a lot of it in college. But just the idea that as storytellers, this is sort of, you're continuing a long tradition of keeping these stories alive, and 70 or 80 years later. That's the wonderful thing about history, is that we try to relate to people in the past, because it's not like they were aliens. They were human beings who had desires. They were hungry. They were amorous. They were lonely, especially in a situation like that. And to be able to keep that voice alive is just incredible to me. Like,
Absolutely.
Very exciting project. I think a very interesting project.
For myself and my family, it put. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it
That's what this show's
really
about.
just put it put some content into just that picture on the wall.
Yeah.
Hey, remember that guy? It actually put some meat on the bones of what.
Fleshed him out. Yeah.
And it really, it just, it really put it, it was like those letters were there. Hey, we're the only ones who are ever going to read them. But, like Walter, they were incredible people.
Yeah.
They gave their lives for their country.
And they're part of your family, but also part of our human family. And
Exactly.
That's a way to humanize, I think,
and
people.
they just believed in what they were doing, and they're 2 guys who worked at Bethlehem Steel, and
went off to fight a war.
Yeah, they don't make them like that anymore.
The second volume was interesting too, because then you got contacted by the Veteran Artist Program, which was started by a guy I know, Mike Sabelski, and one other person founded.
B.R. McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Veteran Artist Program is by veterans, for veterans, using the medium of art as a source of healing, and also a source of expression. So you did the second volume of Letters to Baltimore in 2011, and it was with the support of the VAP, right?
Yep.
You can find more information about the Veteran Artist Program at veteranartistprogram.org. I would highly recommend you check it out. I know that they collaborate with the Wounded Warrior Project as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the sound, I want to get to the actual, what we're going to be doing here today, you guys. So when I listened to the new album, The Quick and the Don't Get Any, which is actually available to you now, you can buy it on iTunes, you can buy it on Amazon. It's also, I think it's not on your Bandcamp page, or maybe it is on your Bandcamp.
It's not on the Bandcamp page. You can get it directly through michaelberesh.com or through rathawkrecords.com.
So when I was listening to it over the weekend, there's incredible, I really do enjoy the production value on this record as well, because there's a lot of found sounds in a couple of tracks. I feel like I heard found sounds maybe in Mentally Ill. And there's just beautiful little ending notes where you can actually hear Michael counting off songs, or if you're listening all the way, please listen all the way to the end of songs, like at the end of Mentally Ill, there's a really cool piano note at the end. Your sound reminds me a lot of Sparkle Horse, Modest Mouse, John Prine, Neil Young. My education in country and bluegrass music is so lacking and wanting that I have further comparisons that I cannot make. But how would you describe your sound to people?
I guess, John Prine would be number one.
Yeah.
When I was...
Because there's a sense of humor to a lot of your writing, too. Yeah.
When I was a kid, John Prine was it. It was one of those things where Bob Dylan just didn't seem accessible as a blue-collar guy, kid, and John Prine had it. He was basically a smart aleck, and a Sparkle Horse, definitely.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially for production. When I was listening
yeah,
to the production of The Quick and the Don't Get Any, it definitely had aspects of Sparkle Horse and what I love of Modest Mouse. Like,
yeah,
um,
yeah. No, absolutely. I guess it's sort of we sort of tend to go into recording where I will have a almost like a blanket, sort of a clean slate, but it's just a couple chords and a melody and some songs. And then we'll go in, and then the guys will kind of, I can't take credit for it. The guys kind of
shape
just
it.
build it, like that piano note you're talking about at the end. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's, Jason Harkins, the Bulldog. It's just, but that's one of those things where our philosophy is, a lot of us, like the jazz background is first take, best take, like
Yeah.
the Miles Davis, sort of thing is, and that was a first take, and it just sort of happened, and that's the beauty of music, in my opinion. I mean,
It is wonderful. I really have
even
enjoyed
though you're playing like structured sort of songwriting music, there's still that aspect of it to where, oh well, this version was better than the last. So yeah.
Well, I don't want to talk anymore. I want us to get to the music. So I want to thank Michael Beresh and the Country Devils there in the house. We're going to watch a short video of them at the Auto Bar in September. So enjoy this video while we get the stage set, and then they're going to play us out for about 30 minutes. So get your cup of coffee, put on your...
That's the thing I was looking for.
How's everybody doing out there? This one is called Beatlemania versus Gun Control. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lock of his hair, a piece of his pillow. If only it were Paul. If only it were Paul. Once wind in the willows, once wind in the willows, once wind in the willows, turns wives into widows. Turns wives into widows. Years later, they murdered that man. Give him guns and media windows. Ain't no catches in the bride. Take the pennies off your eyes. Once wind in the willows, once wind in the willows, once wind in the willows, turns wives into widows. Turns wives into widows. Ain't no catches in the bride. Take the pennies off your eyes. Ain't no catches in the bride. Take the pennies off your eyes. Once wind in the willows, once wind in the willows, once wind in the willows, turns wives into widows. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Germany.
Thank you, India, and southeastern
India.
Ohio.
And
Shall we-
Ohio.
You guys know Indian head? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stephen was an honest man, South River Indian head, a member of his local set. The wife of yours, she's a full of dread. They sold the ladies them special toys from when them boys ain't around. Stephen and that bottle drowned. all over this goddamn town. 'Cause you ain't seen nothing, you ain't seen nothing like a woman who ain't got a nothing, no, ain't got a nothing, ain't got nothing to lose. 'Cause you ain't seen nothing, you ain't seen nothing like a woman who ain't got a nothing, no, ain't got a nothing, ain't got nothing to lose. Stephen was a journeyman called Pennsylvania, your daddy's dead. The muscle car satin painted red. She wasn't like the car, so instead she worried about him every night. Worked the garage until midnight. Stephen and that bottle drank all over this goddamn town. 'Cause you ain't seen nothing, you ain't seen nothing like a woman who ain't got a nothing, no, ain't got a nothing, ain't got nothing to lose. 'Cause you ain't seen nothing, you ain't seen nothing like a woman who ain't got a nothing, no, ain't got a nothing, ain't got nothing to lose. Take us away, Bulldog. Stephen was a journeyman called Pennsylvania, your daddy's dead. The muscle car satin painted red. She wrestled like the car, so instead she worried about him every night. Worked the garage until midnight. Stephen and that bottle drank all over this goddamn town. 'Cause you ain't seen nothing, you ain't seen nothing like a woman who ain't got a nothing, no, ain't got a nothing, ain't got nothing to lose. 'Cause you ain't seen nothing, you ain't seen nothing like a woman who ain't got a nothing, ain't got a nothing, ain't got nothing to lose. Give us one more there, Mr. Bulldog. Stephen was an honest man, South River, Indian Head, a member of his local set. The wife of yours, she's full of dread. She worried about him every night, worked the garage until midnight. Stephen and that bottle drank all over this goddamn town. 'Cause you ain't seen nothing, you ain't seen nothing like a woman who ain't got a nothing, no, ain't got a nothing, ain't got nothing to lose. 'Cause you ain't seen nothing, you ain't seen nothing like a woman who ain't got a nothing, no, ain't got a nothing, ain't got nothing to lose. One more time, fellas. 'Cause you ain't seen nothing, you ain't seen nothing like a woman who ain't got a nothing, no, ain't got a nothing, ain't got nothing to lose. Thank you.
Thank you.
This one is called Almost Saved, which we like to call the gospel tune. It is Sunday.
It is. So in case you missed your religious service this morning.
Welcome.
The house of the Lord.
Welcome, Unitarians.
This is Unitarian because it is for all of your believers.
Yeah, and my wife's a Unitarian.
Whether you like trees or Jesus.
Or both.
Okay. Come on.
take me down the line, far away from the devil's door. I'm almost saved, but the sun, it reached the shore. Sleep where I lie, where I lie, by and by. Sleep where I lie, where I lie, by and by. When I wake in the morning by the river with her, yes, I will take my final breath. He was almost saved, but the sun, it reached the shore. Sleep where I lie, where I lie, by and by. Sleep where I lie, where I lie, by and by.
Take it away, Bulldog.
When that train comes to take my body home, yes, they will say that he lived well.
He lived well.
And he was almost saved, but the sun, it reached the shore. Sleep where I lie, where I lie, by and by. Sleep where I lie, where I lie, by and by.
Thank you. That one is
These guys back here.
that one is off our second record called 40 Miles Outside the City. This is another new one off of our fifth record. This one's called My Darling. Oh snap. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got me this pretty little guy. I got me my darling. I got me this pretty little guy. Did you give her a shit more? I got me this pretty little guy. I got me my darling. I got me this pretty little guy. Did you give her a shit more? Feeds my body liquor. shakes. Feeds my loving heartache when it aches. Post my bell when I'm facing time, sweet time. One of these days I'm gonna cross that line. I got me this pretty little guy. I got me my darling. I got me this pretty little wife. Did you get Russian money? I got me this pretty little guy. I got me my darling. I got me this pretty little wife. Did you get Russian money? Feeds my body liquor when it shakes. Feeds my loving heartache when it aches. Post my bell when I'm facing time, sweet time. One of these days I'm gonna cross that line, go down. Pretty little guy, I got me my darling. I got me this pretty little one. Did you give Russian money? I got me this pretty little guy. I got me my darling. I got me this pretty little one. Did you give Russian money? Feeds my body liquor when it shakes. Feeds my loving heartache when it aches. Post my bell when I'm facing time, sweet time. One of these days I'm gonna cross that line. I got me this pretty little guy. I got me my darling. I got me this pretty little wife. Did you get Russian money? Did you get Russian money? Did you get Russian money?
Yes, sir.
We said that one right straight down from Love Street.
Right straight
We
down
sure
from
did.
Love Street. Do you want to try Would Be Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one off the Letters to Baltimore from the War record. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
One of the first to draft before Pearl Harbor back in 1940. Well, I said my goodbyes. Goodbye, Willie and Marie. And on a train bound west, just a little bit uneasy. Back in 1938, I never thought this would be me. Well, I'm headed to Camp Wallace, Galveston, where the Army says they'll train me. And after 2 long years, England, Africa, Africa from here. And after 2 long years, England, Africa, Africa from here. Back in 1938, I never thought this would be me. Take it away, dog. Back in 1938, I never thought this would be me. I'm headed to Camp Wallace, Galveston, where the army says he'll train me. And after 2 long years, England, Africa, as the old from here. And after 2 long years, England, Africa, and the old from here. Back in 1938, I never thought this would be me. Back in 1938, I never thought this would be me.
Our mandolin player absolutely loves this song.
Well, I was born at midnight, blind in my left eye. My mother told me, son, boy, you was bound to die with the hand of an honest man. I take my life like every man, the best that I could. When it came to Daniel, Lord, trust him not, I would. And I saw my whole life gonna flash up before my eyes. Daniel's running down the alley, smoking gun. Saw him coming, but I never thought to run. Jack of spades, deja vu. Saw him coming, but I never thought to run. No, I didn't think to run, Lord, no, I didn't think to run. I take my life like every man, Samuel with the sweet. She never saw me coming, Lord, she never saw me cheating. Yes, I saw my whole life gonna flash before my eyes. I take my life like every man, the best that I could. When it came to Daniel, Lord, trust him not, I would. And I saw my whole life gonna flash before my eyes. Daniel's running down the alley, smoking gun. Saw him coming, but I never thought to run. Jack of spades, deja vu. Saw him coming, but I never thought to run. No, I didn't think to run. Jack of spades, deja vu. Saw him coming, but I never thought to run. No, I didn't think to run. Oh Lord, I didn't think to run. No, I didn't think to run. No, I didn't think to run. No, I didn't think to run.
This will be our last number. Yep.
I want to thank the Country Devils and Michael Beresh for being in our house today. I just want to thank you for listening in. I can't wait to see after the show how many people we had logged in. Next up, 12/8. Listen in with Ellen Cherry featuring Ellen Cherry. It's going to be a fun interview. Trust me, we're going to make it fun. I'm my special guest, so please tune in December 8th at 2 p.m. for my holiday, non-holiday spectacuthon. It'll probably just be me and Sean here in the living room. Anyway, I'd like to thank Dan Chase on camera today. Thank you very much, Dan. Wave. Sean Wilson, front of house, running sound.
Yeah.
And the switcher. Thank you, Sean. Thank you to the Country Devils. Thank you guys so much. This was
Thank you so
amazing.
much for
I
having
love
us.
exposing the world to Baltimore musicians, and so please enjoy this last song.
Estamos los diablos del campo, si no puedes entender inglés.
Yeah. This one's called Hemingway's Curse.
Real nice, nice one.
Nice one to go out on.
Yeah, leave you on a positive note.
Yeah, leave you on a positive note. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Fishing off the keys, drinking as I please. Pauline, get them kids away from me. Catch you Idaho, Poppy's coming home. Who was watching me? Paranoid as hell. Pauline, man, she ain't got a clue. Catch you Idaho, Poppy's coming home. Here we go now. Pull the chandelier down from the sky. I hate myself and I want to die. Oh no. Fishing off the keys, Hemingway and me. Pauline, man, she ain't got a clue. Catch you Idaho, Poppy's coming home. All right now. Pull the chandelier down from the sky. I hate myself and I want to die. Oh no.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you so much, Ellen Cherry.
for having us in your home
TV
and giving
for
us
having us in
coffee.
your home and giving us coffee. Quite the gracious host.
Thanks, webcast.
Thanks, Internet.
Yeah.
She used to be the apple of her eye, a perfect little vision for us all. But one day she disappeared off she knew